Success is not built in a single day. It's not the result of one big decision, one big break, or one lucky moment. Success is the product of something far less glamorous, something most people overlook, something simple yet powerful. Consistency. Think about it. Every great achievement in history was built not on bursts of effort, but on steady, repeated action. A writer doesn't produce a masterpiece by writing once when they feel inspired. They show up every day, putting words on the page, even when the words don't come easily. An athlete doesn't become a champion by training once in a while. They train every morning, every night, rain or shine, whether they feel like it or not. A business doesn't grow by chance. It grows when someone shows up consistently, serving customers, learning, adjusting, and building brick by brick. Consistency is the quiet force behind greatness. It doesn't shout. It doesn't boast. But over time, it creates results so powerful that others call it talent, luck, or genius. But it isn't any of those things. It's consistency. The truth is, most people don't fail because they're incapable. They fail because they're inconsistent. They start with excitement, but they don't stay when it gets hard. They commit when it's easy, but they quit when it's boring. They want instant results, and when those don't come, they give up. But the ones who win, they understand that consistency is not about perfection. It's about persistence. It's about showing up again and again, even when progress feels invisible. Let me tell you a story. A young man once wanted to get stronger. On the first day, he went to the gym and lifted weights. He looked in the mirror afterward but saw no change. The next day, he went again, worked hard, checked the mirror, still nothing. Frustrated, he thought, maybe this isn't working. But he decided to keep going. Day after day, week after week, he trained. And slowly, his body transformed. The change was so gradual he barely noticed, but after months, people around him began to say, "Wow, what happened? You've changed so much." That is the power of consistency. Nothing seemed to happen in the beginning, but over time, everything changed. That's how life works. The seeds you plant today don't bear fruit tomorrow. But if you water them consistently, nurture them consistently, protect them consistently, one day you'll enjoy the harvest. The tragedy is, most people stop watering their seeds too soon. They quit before the roots take hold. They give up before the results show. And then they say, "It didn't work." But the truth is, it was working. They just stopped too early. Consistency is more powerful than intensity. Anyone can run fast for a short distance, but only the consistent can run a marathon. Anyone can study hard for one night, but only the consistent become masters of their craft. Anyone can save money once, but only the consistent can build wealth. It's not what you do once in a while that shapes your future. It is what you do every single day. Here's the secret. Consistency compounds. Just like money earns interest in a bank, your daily actions build on each other. Read 10 pages of a book every day, and in a year, you'll have finished more than a dozen books. Save a small amount every week, and in a few years, you'll have a safety net that changes your life. Exercise for 30 minutes daily, and in time, you'll transform your health. Each small action may seem insignificant on its own, but together they create unstoppable momentum. But consistency requires discipline. And discipline is not about doing what you love. It is about doing what you need to do, even when you don't feel like it. There will be days when you're tired, days when you're unmotivated, days when you want to quit. That's when consistency matters most. Because consistency is built in the moments when it's hardest to continue. That's when character is forged. That's when habits are solidified. That's when success is born. Think of a dripping faucet. One drop of water doesn't do much, but drip by drip, day after day, it can wear a hole into stone. That's the power of consistency. It breaks barriers not with force but with persistence. It proves that steady effort beats occasional intensity every time. So, how do you build consistency? Start small. Don't overwhelm yourself with giant goals you can't maintain. Begin with daily habits that are so small they're almost impossible to skip. Write 1 page a day. Do 10 push-ups a day. Save $5 a week. These actions are small, but they're consistent. And once they become habits, you can grow them. 1 page turns into a book. 10 push-ups turn into a healthy body. $5 turns into financial freedom. Greatness doesn't begin with massive leaps. It begins with small, steady steps. Consistency also requires patience. We live in a world obsessed with speed, instant results, quick fixes, overnight success, but real success doesn't happen overnight. It happens slowly, quietly, almost invisibly. Consistency feels boring at times. It feels like nothing is changing. But remember, the most important growth happens beneath the surface, where you can't see it, like the roots of a tree digging deep before it rises tall. If you give up because you don't see results fast enough, you'll never know how close you were to the breakthrough. And here's another truth. Consistency builds trust. When you are consistent, people know they can rely on you. Employers trust you. Clients trust you. Friends trust you. But more importantly, you begin to trust yourself. Each time you keep a promise to yourself, your confidence grows. Each time you follow through, your belief in your own strength deepens. Consistency is not just about building success. It's about building self-respect. Think of the greats. Musicians who practiced daily until their fingers bled. Athletes who trained every morning while the world slept. Entrepreneurs who worked on their vision every day, even when no one believed in them. None of them became great because they were lucky. They became great because they were consistent. And you can be too. You don't need to be the smartest, the strongest, or the most talented. You just need to be consistent. Because talent fades without consistency. Intelligence is wasted without consistency. Ambition dies without consistency. But even the smallest effort, repeated daily, can move mountains. So ask yourself today, where in your life have you been inconsistent? Where have you started strong but failed to finish? Where have you been waiting for motivation instead of building discipline? Decide now to stop chasing instant results and start embracing the power of consistency. One day, you'll look back and realize the life you built wasn't created by one big moment, but by thousands of small, consistent choices. And on that day, you'll understand why consistency is the true secret of success. Because success doesn't come to those who do things once in a while. Success comes to those who do things every single day. Success belongs to the consistent. If this message inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more motivational content. Remember, your future is hidden in your daily habits. Stay consistent, and greatness will be inevitable.